Welcome to Celebrate Your Senses information session. This is about a retreat in Costa Rica with me, Ann Klausner, owner of Exercise with Care. I am an exercise therapist. My passion is helping people to move like they did when they were a kid. So let's delve right into it. I'm going to share screen and tell you all about what you're going to get when you join Celebrate Your Senses retreat in Costa Rica. And I'm just going to hide this toolbar so it's not interrupting us. And let's go. Computer is thinking. Okay. This is our agenda for this session. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. We're going to talk about how you get there, what is included in the retreat, the location, the excursions, what is not included, because that's also important for you to know, and how you can save your spot. So, as I said, my name is Ann Klausner. I started in the health and wellness industry in the year 2000 as a hydrotherapist, an aquatic therapist, working in warm water swimming pools with people who had been victims of trauma, chronic syndromes, all sorts of physical issues and needed rehabilitation. So in addition to their physiotherapy and OT, they also had aquatic therapy in warm water swimming pools. Most of that time I was in Israel. I came to Canada in 2006. Not a lot of hydrotherapy going on here, so I had to reinvent myself. I reinvented myself as a personal trainer, and I proceeded to study the neurology of movement and pain, where it became quite clear to me that the current mindset within the medical profession of you'll get used to pain, it's normal at your age, that this is just so very, very wrong. And I've become an advocate for changing the way we treat people with chronic pain and for helping people to move like they did when they were a kid. Everything comes back to the brain. And just, as we get started, I invite you all watching me, just sit up nice and tall in your chairs, just so you can see what I'm all about. And first of all, let's just smile. So smile so big, you feel as if your lips are reaching back to your ears. And feel what happens to your neck. It brings your head back into this beautiful alignment, and you're sitting already with a nice tall posture. And now, again, one more thing we're going to do before we continue, just so you can feel a little bit of what sensory exercises involve. I want you to actually stop looking at the screen for a moment. Keep your face facing forward, your head facing forward, and just move your eyes upwards and right to left a little bit. We're just going to stretch our eyes before we continue. 3, 2, 1. Make a little circle with your eyes. And now we are going to continue. So Exercise with Care is my company and my passion. I'm hosting a retreat in Costa Rica because it's time to start living again. We only have one life to live. This is it. Let's get out and enjoy every single moment. The abundance of nature in Costa Rica, together with the sensory exercises, which we're going to be doing, will reignite your passion for life. And why am I doing this? I'm going to share my why very quickly. A year and a half ago, I was invited to speak on a podcast with the wonderful Dawn James. I met Dawn here in Ontario, Canada, and I had not known at the time that she had since moved to Costa Rica. The podcast was so much fun, and all through it, I could feel her joy and vibrance, and she just had an aura of calm and happiness about her, and I kept thinking, I want what she's got. And so at the end of the podcast, I said, hey, can you help me to organize a retreat in Costa Rica? Her reply was yes, and the rest is history. We had our first retreat in April of 2022. It was fabulous. Where are we going? We are going to Costa Rica, which is located south of Nicaragua and north of Panama. We will be landing at San Jose Airport. You need to fly into San Jose Airport, not Liberia. That is the second airport in Costa Rica. San Jose is the airport that will be closer to our destination. After landing at San Jose Airport, we will have a private shuttle take us out towards the Pacific Ocean. We will then drive down the coast to south of Manuel Antonio, a little bit further south to Dominical. Once you land in San Jose in Costa Rica, the retreat has started. We will have a private shuttle. It's part of the journey. We're going to see nature through our windows. We're going to see the ocean. We're going to see a few other surprises as we drive along. If we need to take a stop for any reason, a nature break, a photo shot, to take photographs, everything is fine. It is all up to us once we were in that shuttle and on our way to the house. What is included? 6 days, 5 nights at a luxurious villa, which I have rented, which is walking distance from the beach. It's going to be just our group in this house. All the transportation from the airport to the house, to the excursions, everything that is included in the retreat, transportation is also included. We'll be having a full breakfast and dinner each day and snacks. I'm not providing a full lunch because when people have a big lunch in a hot climate, all they want to do is have a siesta. So lunch and breakfast, breakfast and dinner, and we're going to be having a lot of fun in between. There will be 3 exciting excursions. We have use of the swimming pool, and every day we're going to be having sensory sessions with me. This is the house. It's a luxurious villa located in Dominical. There are, as you can see, many trees all the way around the villa. When you're in Costa Rica, as long as you're not in the big cities, if you're out in the countryside, there are trees with fruit hanging from everywhere. There's monkeys, there's wildlife, absolutely fabulous. As I said, it's very close to the little town of Dominical. There's like little tourist areas there where you can buy souvenirs. There's a few restaurants, but it's very calm. It's not the feeling of a big city. The house has 6 bedrooms. 1 bedroom has only a king-size bed. 5 of the other bedrooms have king-size bed plus an additional single bed. So if you're coming with a friend who you don't want to share a bed with, that is worked out. If you're coming with a spouse, and he doesn't want to do the excursions, we're going to talk about that afterwards. So you can have double occupancy or single occupancy. If it is double and the other person does not want to participate in everything we're doing, we will prorate the rates, but I'm going to talk about that more at the end. We are walking distance from the beach, and yeah, that's the house. The excursions. The house is located basically across the highway from the Hacienda Baru National Wildlife Refuge. Hacienda Baru had been totally decimated land up until just a little bit more than 50 years ago. It had been destroyed by cattle ranchers, basically. The cattle had just eaten everything in sight. 50 years ago, it was designated a nature reserve. And today it is filled with wildlife. It is totally regrown. It just shows how quickly Mother Nature can rejuvenate herself. It's absolutely gorgeous. We will be going to one of my favorite things, the coffee and chocolate tour. Talk about a sensory experience, the smell of the coffee and the chocolate, and there's cinnamon there, and there's other things that they grow there. Who knew? They give us cocoa. I always thought that cocoa was a bean. It is not. It is a fruit. You have to see the coffee plantation. It is fabulous. And we will be going to the Nyoka Waterfalls. I cannot describe them in words. Here's a picture. There you go. Okay. Well, I can tell you when I was there, nobody was allowed to dive into the water. They actually had these sort of lifeguards walking around, ensuring that people stayed safe and did not go into the fast currents. And I was there at the end of dry season. We're going to be there after the wet season, the summer rains. So there's going to be even more water. This is just an example of our agenda. It may not be exactly like this. This is what we did in April. It is open to changes, of course, but just so you have an idea that when we arrive, for example, we arrive at the villa, say 3:30, and then you have free time to get adjusted, to get organized, unpack before dinner at 6. And we'll have a little icebreaker. And people are usually tired after travel, so fairly early night to bed. Next morning, we do start at 6:30 with a sensory session with me. Now, if you're coming from the East Coast of North America, there's a 2-hour time difference to Costa Rica. So 6:30 in the morning in Costa Rica is 8:30 in the morning if you're in New York or Toronto. So that's totally doable. Just stay on Eastern Standard Time. The first day will be a more relaxing day. We're going to have sessions with me. We'll go to the beach, possibly the swimming pool, and just get used to being in Costa Rica, to the vibration of Costa Rica. The third day will most likely be, I don't know why something always pops up, be the coffee and chocolate plantation. It'll be a half day excursion. And again, sessions with me, and then free time in the afternoon, beach, swimming pool, whatever you prefer. The next day will most likely be the Hacienda Baú Nature Reserve. And that is very much open to changes regarding the time of day. We could do a very early morning excursion, we could do a late afternoon, or we could even do a night hike. And I'm going to leave that option open until everybody has registered. And I'm going to ask you, the participants, what your preference is. And the fifth day, we're going to go to the waterfalls and just ignite our passion to feel the vibration. Is going to be absolutely fabulous. And again, free time sessions with me, and parting thoughts and words, and where do we go from here. And the last day, you'll be picked up by the shuttle and brought back to the airport for your flight back to North America. And if you do want to extend your trip, talk to me and I will definitely help you to arrange that. These are some pictures from our trip in April. This is our lovely chef, Vicky, in the red. I don't know if you can tell here or not. She was very, very pregnant, so she is not going to be our chef this time. The food she prepared was fabulous. She respected all of our dietary needs. One day she was telling us about, over here, I don't know if you can see these leaves from the papaya tree. She was telling us about all these different things you can do with the papaya tree. And I said, scrap what we had planned for tomorrow's dinner, make us some of these recipes. And she was very happy to accommodate. It was absolutely wonderful. I'm just going to share with you here some monkeys. And I took these videos from the windows of the house where we were staying.
I will send these to you.
You can see here. There you go, the capuchin monkeys.
Oh, cute face. Oh my god. I bet it's so cute.
You're in the rain, but you can still see these monkeys here in the trees. Just out, chilling, having a good time.
Come on, monkeys, move. Okay. Here some.
Listen. That is the sound of a howler monkey. Incredible, right? That is a howler monkey. When we first arrived in the evening, I couldn't figure out what that sound was. I thought the neighbors were having a party. Only the next day did I see that these were the monkeys. Here are more photos of our group from April at the Nyoka Waterfalls. This is our lovely Laura. Did you have a good week?
Undescribable. Undescribable. Thank you for putting this together for us. Time of our life here.
So what is not included in excursion? That's also very important to discuss. Return airfare is not included because I don't know where everybody may be coming from. I may have a lot of people from Toronto. I may have other people. Last time we had somebody from North Carolina. People may be coming from any part of the world. So I'm not including airfare. Private excursions. I have excursions planned for the group. If you should decide that you want to go somewhere else on your own, that's fine. We're all grown-ups, but that is not included in what I cover for the excursion. That is at your own cost. And of course, private taxis, again, if you want to go off somewhere on your own, 100% no problem, but that is at your own expense. As well as meals offsite, I will be providing breakfast and dinner. That being said, if we should decide as a group to go to a restaurant and I cancel the chef, then that will be included in the cost of our retreat. I'm not providing alcoholic beverages. I don't think we need alcoholic beverages in Costa Rica. If somebody wants to bring their own alcohol, please run that by me first. I implore you to get travel cancellation and health insurance. Okay. Costa Rica is a really safe place. They don't even have a military. It is very safe. They have police, they have border security, border guards. They don't have a military. It's a very, very safe country. They have one of the best healthcare systems in the world. They're very highly rated. That being said, in today's world, we don't know what can happen. We don't know with flights. We don't know things, unfortunately, not everything is under my control. Everything that is under my control, I will do my best to have perfect, but please have travel cancellation and health insurance. And any other pre-departure COVID tests that may be required are on you to take care of. At this time, the only pre-travel COVID test that I know of that is required is for Canadians who are unvaccinated to re-enter Canada. For everywhere else that I know of in the world, no COVID tests are required, and Costa Rica has dropped all of their mandatory COVID testing. There are no more, nothing is required. It's business as usual in Costa Rica. As far as I know, they even dropped what I saw the other day. They've even dropped the mask mandate. Up until now, you had to have a mask if you were out in public. They've dropped that. All through the pandemic, excuse me, all through the pandemic, Costa Rica is open for business. 1 second. The only requirement that they had is if you're in a public place to please wear a mask. And now that has also been dropped, and it's wonderful. So how do you register? You simply click on exercisewithcare.ca, celebrate your senses, and it will take you to the website where you will click on register. You'll fill out the questionnaire, send it to me, and you will be registered. The rate in Canadian dollars is 2,550. If you are paying in another currency, US dollars or whatever it may be, contact me directly and I will give you the rate in your currency. So the rate for single occupancy, everything except what we just discussed, airfare, insurance, etc., is 2,550 Canadian dollars. A $500 deposit is needed to secure your spot. And wow, I really, really am excited. I really look forward to seeing you there. I'm going to stop the share now. This has been the information session for Celebrate Your Senses, a retreat in Costa Rica. I am so glad you joined me. I'm so glad you were able to watch this. I really look forward to you joining me in Costa Rica. We're going to have the most fabulous time. We're going to move like we did when we were kids, and this will be a life-changing experience. If you have any questions, reach out, direct message me, WhatsApp, through my website, email at exercisewithcare.ca, Facebook, Exercise with Care, Instagram, and Klausner or Exercise with Care, LinkedIn. Let's go. Let's have the time of our lives. Thank you. Bye.